Someone needs to support that.
That's great. Okay, can you guys help me to see if it needs down?
Okay, that's
Oh, I'm gonna have to take. And then good. I need to do anything else? What was it?
so your last name. Happy. The show sheets. Those are special. No one can have those.
I'm sorry, Debbie. I think we were.
Hey, Matt, since you're out there, would you care to like put a stack on each side for me? Thank you.
I'm going to dedicate this to be my spot.
That's fine.
Alright.
And if you need something, let us know.
I'll need some water eventually.
Okay.
I should probably quit drinking coffee.
And if you need a break, we'll take a break.
You want to take a 5-minute intermission between the showmanship and marketing?
Okay, we can do that.
Oh no. We'll be taking breaks after every division if I drink some coffee. Close by? Not close by?
Do you happen to have the papers yet?
They are taken out at the end of the break.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. What's that? Let's go with 6 and if we need more, no big deal. Hey Randy, I think whenever I talk to the judge, he's going to keep 2 from each showmanship class to show against each other. But like these 2, he will send back so they don't have to stay out here. Yes. So these kids just need to be prepared whenever they go back to their pen that they're going to have to fall back up here. Okay? Okay. I'm good for today.
If the pigs will run it, stick back.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no, not today. I hope it does.
Robert, are you going to help Jonathan in the ring?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do I need to do? Get beat on two.
Yeah.
They're going to get here coming.
Yeah. You think I think two ring men is enough, and Angie to help check them off. But yeah, that would be good.
You yelling at me? Okay. Go for it. We need that ugly guy right there.
Matt, this is great here, Matt.
So nice to our helper. Okay.
You have the list for born yet?
Yeah, you ready? You want to take how many copies you want? I've got like 12.
Just give me 4 or 5. I know I ain't got that much over. I got several people helping.
There is showmanship.
Okay.
Do you want the market right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That way I don't have to.
There you go. Well, there's 4 fairly good classes here, and he'll pull 2 out of each one, and then he'll work those 8 to pick one. 2 of June. Okay, so you have lots of time. You could even stay up here and watch the event. Yep. So it'll just be you, Preston, and then it'll be whoever goes in. Vanessa, do you know anything about the sound system? Or do you have to wait for it? I don't know anything about it. Okay, because I was going to do this.
Tammy had something on her back computer that was not about that. It's like the news and stuff, and then she didn't follow her.
Oh my God.
But if you go down the bottom, it's like YouTube, and you can follow things that are very background. And we had to hunt for it, and it was there, we got through it, but it didn't come up with that. It just went on.
Samantha, can you in here, please?
Can you in here, please? Yes, ma'am. My job is done. I can go home.
Now, do you know if I
Attention in the hog barn, 5-minute warning for the start of the hog show. We will be doing showmanship, starting with seniors, then intermediate, then junior, and then we will take a short break, and then we will start right into the market show. So we're going to shoot for 8 o'clock, so you have 5 minutes.
Thank you.
That's the part you're afraid of. That's the part you're afraid of.
Well, maybe you can just make sure. I can get all the rosettes and stuff. Or just kind of make sure that goes well. And like I said, they're at the end of the heat rings now. Is there anything else? Wonder, have you seen that? I have not. I can hand them out and stuff. I'm going to be in there at 8. I told her no, I just got home and I took care of that wait Go right ahead, yeah, I'll be up there with them. But if you need me,
Good morning. What a beautiful day it is with the sun shining. We're excited to get our market hog show started this morning. We're going to begin with showmanship, but before we do that, let's pay respect to our country and give thanks to the Lord above. Please rise for the national anthem, and then we will go into the Pledge of Allegiance.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please bow your heads? Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today to celebrate the accomplishments of all these kids and their families, we just want to give thanks to you. We know without you, we are nothing, and with you, we can accomplish anything.
I ask that you place a hedge of protection around each and every child, animal, and person here today. We ask continued blessings throughout the week. A little extra sunshine would not help. And we want to just continue to bless everyone and raise up everyone and promote agriculture in the best light that we possibly can. With all these things, it is in your precious name we pray. Amen.
No, I think we're good.
Cordless microphone, thank you.
Yes.
It's so wonderful.
Yes.
It really is.
And we have two.
Judges appreciate those.
I can actually give you one if you just want to stick it in your pocket or whatever you want to do. Okay.
All the way over there, if I'm over there talking to you, or?
I don't know. The closer you get to that speaker, it might heal. But I'm guessing if you stay in the center, yeah, I think you'll be fine. Oh, did it? Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Good. Okay.
All right, as we wait for our first class of senior showmanship to start heading to the barn, I would like to introduce our judge for this year's Hog Show. This is Adam Heppy. Adam is the owner of Heppy Show Pigs, where he raises crossbred and Chester White show pigs and breeding stock. He also grain farms and has a small flock of sheep. Adam is a 2007 graduate of Ohio State University, ATI, with a degree in livestock science. Since then, he has judged numerous shows in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia. Adam and his wife, Sarah, have 3 children. AJ is 10, Maggie is 8, and Ida Mae is 5. They live in Kent, Ohio on his wife's family farm. Whether it be with his own kids in their barn at home or with your kids in the show ring, he really enjoys teaching and getting the next generation excited about agriculture. So please help me in welcoming Adam Heppy. So in our first class of our senior division, these are exhibitors ages 16 and up. In class 1, we will have Eugene Schillingberg, Kaylee Hennigan, Rye Atkins, and Nathaniel Bolliard.
Well, Angie was going to do the job I was going to give to you. That's fine. So I don't think I'll need it now. But I appreciate it coming and offering the help. So nobody dropped out of the first class? I think so. If not, we'll communicate that. One more kid. your name? Right. Okay. I did say it right. Thank goodness. Okay.
Okay, Judge, this is your class.
Okay. These pigs don't want to move today. For now. It's a lot.
Good morning, everyone. First off, I always have to say, it's an honor to be asked to come down here to the Buckwheat Festival. This is my first time down here, and I'm really excited. The kids coming into the show ring later on throughout the day. If you're a little bit nervous, that's okay. I've been nervous for a week about coming down here. When you come to a show, you don't really know what you're going to get into. And I'm pretty excited. The turnout was great by the sounds of the numbers. And I'm excited about the quality of hogs we have out here. And I know the senior division's a little bit smaller than the younger kids, but I'm really excited to see all the showmen today and see all the pigs and work with the youth here in the county. And I'm just really excited and thankful to be asked to come down here today. One thing I want to talk about before we get into the show, are there any Mountaineer fans here in the crowd? I want to hear some cheers, all right? If you like the Mountaineers, cheer for me. Okay. How about the Buckeyes?
No way!
Okay, I'm outnumbered. I realize this, okay? But don't hold it against me. I grew up in Ohio, went to Ohio State, just like you guys from West Virginia. That's the best university on earth to you guys, and fully respect that. Although, one thing I want to say, you guys cheering for the Mountaineers, just like you did, you yelled. Whenever your kid's out here in the show ring and they place well, all day long, I want you to scream, yell, cheer, all day long. This isn't about, listening to me talk on the microphone. This is about the kids out here in the show ring all day long, okay? So if your kid gets third in class today, and that's the best they have ever done, I want you to cheer, I want you to yell, I want you to clap, mom, dad, friends. I just want you to be really excited and make this a great experience for all the kids out here all day long, okay? With showmanship, market, everything. your kid gets the gate, maybe doesn't place very well, but they tried hard, they put the work in, tell them that, cheer for them, go back, tell them how proud you are of them. That's what it's all about, building, young members to be the future leaders of America, and I'm just really excited to get to work with everyone today, and I'm going to quit yapping my mouth here a little bit and just kind of tell you the top 2 showmen out of this division. I'm going to bring 2 back in for your overall seniors. The young man with the long locks, you're going to come back. I like the control that you have of your pig. You've probably done one of the better jobs there. And the young lady on the far side in the green plaid, I just like your style, your smoothness of showing. You're going to come back in to get the chance to show for the overall senior showman. So I'm going to bring those 2 back in, and you might want to fix a couple things, try to get your hog out there in the middle of the ring a little bit more. And young man with the longer locks, I might want to say, you might want to lay out the hand a little bit. The go button's on the side of the pig. You fix that when you come back out here for the seniors. You'll do a little better job out here. But I like your style and intensity, so just fix a couple of those things, and I'm excited to see you back in here with the rest of the seniors. So let's give them a great round of applause as they head back.
Coming back for Class 1 will be Eugene Schillingberg and Kaylee Hennigan. You kids definitely be on standby down there. In Class 2, we need Daisy Hirschman, Raven Hirschman, Kenny Savage, Michael Seipolt Jr., Carson Castile, and Isabel Hauser.
Yes. Yep. Probably should have, since there was only one other class. Okay. I'll let that one slip by.
I'm sorry. But he said let him do that.
Yeah.
I guess after the yes.
Yeah, that intermediate classes, those are big and take a little bit of time.
I'll just try to do that.
I mean, if it was me, I think I would just pin them. I mean, go back to your pinning. I don't care. Whatever works better. Yeah. Yeah. Well, up here they might be rooting for cow food and everything else. You know how fresh it is up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
said that.
Oh, are they coming? Yeah,
We're gonna
we
treat them
probably
like
should have just
this.
pinned them.
Yeah. Run them up and then let the other one out. We got it.
And market, you mean? Well, he's, I think he's pulling two from each. So whatever you guys want to do, and that's fine with me.
Did Mark, we just put in the top two? Or? That's just power. We can go back to Mark again.
So I don't know extra show. There is, like, out of the steps is where all the coffees are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, out there, yeah.
I'm going to try to get moving through the showmanship kind of quickly today, you know, but I want every kid and every parent and grandparent out there to know that I'm going to give every kid a fair chance, you know. I'm kind of a judge of good first impressions when you come into the ring, you know, just doing everything right from the get-go, and, you know, I like some eye contact and, you know, just some basics of showmanship, and that's what I'm going to be looking for here as we get into these heats before we, you know, get into picking our senior champions, junior champions, division champions. I'm gonna be out here just picking who does the most right for me today. You know, whether it might be different things, might be keeping your hog out in the middle of the ring, might be eye contact. You know, might be very smooth, but I'm going to keep two out of this class. The young lady with the ponytail right here, I like her showmanship style, and the young man in the glasses, you're going to come back in too. I really like the smoothness you have and how well you use the ring. So you two are going to come back with me today to try to be your senior champion. So let's give them all a big round of applause. They're working pretty good out here today.
So staying in the ring here to compete in the senior champion class will be Carson Castile and Isabel Hauser. And entering with them will be Eugene Schillingberg and Kaylee Hennigan.
It wasn't my call, it was his. I was trying to keep the judge out.
We just pinned the champion.
I think send these back.
Send these back?
I think send these back. I think pin the intermediate one because there's only 2 classes of junior.
We do that.
I can't see that one.
going to go ahead and place your seniors 1 through 4, just as I see fit out here today. I don't know if there's ribbons or replacements for that far, but you know, I think you've got 4 of them out here, and they all do a lot of things right. You know, we like that about each individual showman. Fourth place, we get the young man with the longer hair out there in the middle of the ring. Hey, when he's out here, initially, you know, he got some really good drive on me. You know, that helps just breaking down as the show goes on, and I might like to see a little more eye contact out of him. You know, maybe a little bit better presentation. You know, rather actually being a smooth show. But you know, I'd like to see you get out and drive, maybe a little bit more eye contact, and you know, a little bit better stride. You know, a lot of showmanship practice at home, you know, and getting that pace going. You know, we really need that one to grab another gear and go. And I want you to actually be a good partner with your hog, you know, out here. Third place, I'm going to go ahead and use the young lady in the green plaid on the far side. You know, I don't think she really wants to be third place today. Her hog is not working for her, but I love that eye contact she has. And when she does get out here and get good drive, she does a tremendous job. So you do a great job, young lady. Second place, young man, you're going to be second out here today. You did a great job. I love your hog. You probably have the best pace of anyone out here, you know. I might want to see a little bit more eye contact out of you, you know. Let me know that, hey, I'm here. I see you see me, you know, I'm here to win. You know, we work on a little bit better eye contact, get a little bit of better positioning on your hog and keep it in front of me more, and you know, you're doing a great job out here, but you're in logical second. Young lady's gonna be my winner. She just kind of hit me the hardest. And she came out of that game initially. She gave me that look like, hey, I'm here to win, take it away from me, you know, and I like that. First impressions are big for me. The hog wants to get away a little bit, you know, not the perfect match for a partner for showmanship, but, you know, young lady is tremendous. I like the way she's statured over driving that hog. I like the way that she moves with it when she does get a good drive, and she knows where I'm at. She knows that she's in the corner. She needs to get a better drive to get in front of me, and, you know, young lady does a tremendous job. There's just a lot of things that I like about her in showmanship. You know, go back, maybe get some electrolytes in that hog. We've come up for a champion showman later on. He might have a little bit better pace for you. But let's give all those seniors a big round of applause as we get into our next division.
And our 2022 senior champion showman is Isabel Hauser. Congratulations, Isabel. Now we're ready for intermediate division. These are exhibitors ages 12 to 15 in class 1. We have Daisy Balch, Dixie Balch, Walker Hirschman, Aries Jennings, Gavin Jennings, Jesse Moats, Tristan Smith, Abigail Spade, Autumn Wolf, and Brett Bolliard.
I think that's what foreign guys want, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. The judge just said let them get back, but if it's easier, just kind of, they might as well stay up here than go back down there and bowl. I'll let you do what you're anxious.
It's also serious because of yesterday. They usually looks matched.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I'll take whatever you got. I'm gonna crop this one. Because I'm like, sorry. Yes, yes.
As we get into these intermediates here, we're going to have 4 heats coming out. So I might keep 1, I might keep 2, I might keep 3 out of each heat, just as I see fit. As I get into this first heat, there's one showman, the young lady in the blue floral. She's going to be coming back. She's just my favorite out here, in this individual division. She does the best job of keeping that consistent pace, staying out in front of me. She knows the right positioning, giving me all the views that I want to see. I'm just going to go ahead and keep her out of this initial heat. We're going to see what other kind of showman out here, but everyone else, get that hog out in the ring a little bit more for me, better use of the show streak, a little bit more practice at home goes a really long way in showmanship. I'm sure the young lady out here in the blue floral, she's been walking that thing every single day for about the last 3 months at least. So, it just kind of goes I practice start from home, but not saying that's the showman out here aren't capable. I'm just saying that today their driving partner is not the best. Things don't always go to the fair and cooperate the way they do at home. She's done the best job for me so far today in this heat, and I'm going to keep just her out of this division. So let's give them all a big round of applause as they go back.
We have one coming back, and that is Abigail Spade. Congratulations, Abigail.
Hey, them pigs are fighting, Brad. Break them up.
As these pigs exit the show ring in Class 2, we need Josie Burke, Max Hardesty, Lily Hirschman, Benjamin Price, Austin Tennant, Alyssa Friend, Reagan Jennings, and McKinley Kidwell.
It's fine, honey. You tell them what to do there. They're.
Good job, Timothy.
We need to kind of push them.
You got that one.
of the picture. Yeah, she got stuck. She got stuck and it took her legs up.
We get into our second drive of intermediate showmen. I'm going to keep two of them out of this class right now. Just two that came to the top for me pretty easily. When it comes in terms of eye contact and having total control over that hog, young lady in the black vest is going to come back, and also the young lady in the black western shirt is going to come back as well for intermediate. I just like the way you two are very smooth with your hog, and you do a tremendous job there. As hogs are coming in from the back of the barn, I'm going to ask their family and their friends and the young showmen. I mean, we need to get these hogs a little bit cleaner. If we could get a little towel, in the back pocket, wipe a little bit off the gun before they come into the show ring. I know it gets a little hard when they're coming through the chutes like that, but I think it would go a long way. It is part of showmanship is presentation. So if you got a dirty one over here in a pen, family member wants to come drop a towel down to it, that's certainly fine for me. This is showmanship. We're trying to do whatever we can to help the kids, So if it's put a little bit of water on, getting a towel, wiping everything off, just make sure these pigs are clean as they come out here, and all day long, market showmanship, and just want to prevent the hogs, but that's where it goes. But let's give all these showmen a round of applause as they go back to the ring. I'm really liking what I see out here, and I'm excited as we go through the day.
Coming back will be Josie Burke and Alyssa Friend. Congratulations. Class 3, we need Isaiah Kidwell, Riley Mayfield, Brody McCleary, Zoe Motes, Bryson Nice, Taylor Tennant, Wyatt Yonker, Brady Adams, and Neve Atkins.
Come on, Brody. Okay. Get aggressive, Brody.
Yeah, because there's this many kids I can't.
Said so many quality showmen right to the barn, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep one out of this seat. Young man right here in front of me is going to come back to the intermediate. He just did the best job out here, I think, in terms of having control of that hog and giving me all the right angles and staying at a good pace. And I like the posture that he has. You know, I just think he rises to the top pretty easily for me in this division, but not taking away anything from the rest of the showmen out here. You know, I just think, you know, you got stuck with a young man that's an awfully good showman out here and put in a lot of work over the summertime. And, you know, I'm excited to get him out here in the class with the rest of the intermediates when we select our champion intermediate later on. So let's give them all a big round of applause. They head back to the barn. I sent back some awfully good showmen.
Coming back in this class is Riley Mayfield. Congratulations. Class 4, we need Nathan Bernanowitz, Kylan Goins, Christopher Hardesty, Cooper Mayfield, John Miklos, Buck Moreland, Peyton Schaefer, and Carter Wilt. And this will be the final class of our intermediate division.
Jimmy, don't bring your pig up Duke with those rabbits. get messy. Or if they lift all the boards so you can come straight through, but don't get messy. Yeah, that pig's even got it right back as the boards are so gross.
Attention in the barns. There are 2 vehicles, we were just notified by the fire department, that need moved or they'll be towed. We have a tan Ford F-150 and a blue hatchback that are down by the gravel pile at the bottom of the corner. Outback Subaru that need moved. License plate numbers for the truck are B142286. The blue Outback is NGM302. Please get them moved. The fire department has asked for them to be moved.
They're back because they're dragging their back. Okay, maybe. Yeah, just so you can come straight up and not get all younger. The bathroom, paper towels and stuff like that. Okay.
Looks like we have found our boys division out here in the showroom today. All these young men out here did a great job. You know, this might have been the deepest class, shown. And, it goes 4 or 5 deep in my opinion. I'm just going to go ahead and keep 2 out of here that Bryce to talk for me for 2 completely different reasons. Young man and Red Flag right here we're going to come back in. I just like how calm, collected, and smooth you are. You did a great job. I think you did a good job. And young man and the blue player right here is out of the Valley Guild. You're going to come back for intermediate as well. When it comes to the show, I just like your attention to your eye contact. to do a great job out there. But you guys want to get your hogs in the pen. I'm going to have a little discussion with you guys before we start the camping. But like I said, deepest class of showman that I've seen so far today. It's a shame that we keep a couple out of this class to come back for intermediates, but you know, it's a great showman, and they all deserve to be applauded as they go back to the work. Thank you.
Okay, coming back in this class, we have Cooper Mayfield and Peyton Schaefer. Congratulations. As these hogs exit the ring, coming in for intermediate champion showman will be Abigail Spade, Josie Burke, Alyssa Friend, Riley Mayfield, Cooper Mayfield, and Peyton Schaefer. Go ahead and let yourselves out.
Someone tells me it was shit.
That's fine.
Big set of intermediate showmen out here. They deserve a great big round of applause. Like I said in class, these intermediates, they're pretty deep, and they get these six to come to the top. They did a tremendous job, and they did for various reasons. All six of them out here do different things to rank on. We need to change a few things about every showman out here. That's kind of what I discussed before before they came out here over the rings. I went and I went to every single showman and I told them some things they were doing really well and some things that they needed to work on and that they need to fix that when they come out here if they want to try to be the champion intermediate showman, and I like to think that all six of them just made it harder on me, but that's the way it goes and that's the way it's supposed to be. Showmanship's a learning thing, and there's lots of practice at home, but you need to be learning every year that you're showing pigs. It's a great fun project to do, and showmanship just goes to show how much hard work went in over the summertime, and how much you worked with your hog all summer long. But these six rose to the top pretty easily for me, and I'm just going to go ahead and play some 6 through 1. 6, I'm going to use the young lady in the black vest. Her hog, she's breaking down on her today. She knows that, but when she came out here at first in her initial class, I love that intensity, that eye contact. She did a great job. I told her about that. I told her she needed to slow her hog down because when she came out of the division, she was that hog just wanted to get away from her. She was having a hard time keeping up, and the longer that one goes, that yoke just tends to break down on her and want to find the edge of the pen. Fifth place, I'm going to use the young man in the red plaid. I told him he was a very smooth and calm showman, and I really appreciated that about him. I just might need you to pick up that intensity a little bit. Grab another gear and go. You always need to keep that pig moving, that's a big thing. You always want to have your pig on the move and show me all the different views. You want to give me a side shot, a chest shot, a rear shot, You might get lost a little bit out there in the ring sometimes. When it comes to fourth place, young man in the green plaid, I'm going to use you for fourth. Kind of the same thing about the young man in the red plaid. We're talking about two showmen that are extremely alike here in the way that they show hogs. That they're very calm, smooth. I like that. Same thing with you. Pick up that intensity, find that open hole. Work on that eye contact a little bit more. But if you never show them, I think you got a bright future ahead of you. Congratulations, man. When it comes to third, this young lady in the black western shirt, I really like how she has that great eye contact. And when she gets up, gets a good drive, she does it just as good as anyone. That hog is flat out moving. She's been staring me down the whole show when she gets a good drive. She knows that, But young lady did a great job. When it comes down to our top two showmen, that was the young lady in the blue floor and the young man in the blue pad. And, I kind of told the young man out there when he was in the pen, what to work on with his offhand, where to hold it. I told him that was a fall pig. He sometimes had it on the pig, and sometimes had it on his hip, and sometimes had it hanging down low, and I told him he needed to fix that. Well, he came out and he sure did, And I really like the eye contact and that intensity he had. And the young lady, when she was in the pen, I kind of told her that, I think she's probably the one to beat out here, And I really like how smooth and calm she was. And, when she gets out here, she does a great job giving me all the views and everything. But tends to get lost a little bit on the edge of the ring sometimes. The crowd is the one that this hog's going. I'm going to go ahead and use the young man to be your intermediate champion. Young lady's going to be your third. Congratulations.
winner, congratulations. Peyton will go ahead and pin your tag and you can just stay up here. Second place was Abigail Spade. Third, Alyssa Friend. Fourth, Riley Mayfield. Fifth, Cooper Mayfield. And sixth, Josie Burke. Congratulations. We're now ready for our junior division. These will be exhibitors ages 9 to 11. In class 1, we have Ayla Fossolettos, McKenna Hardesty, Griffin McCroby, Eason Atherton, Alexis Atkins, Paige Bash, Garen Lawson, and Samuel Peasley.
Let's give a big round of applause to the future of Preston County out here in the show with you guys. These young showmen are doing a tremendous job, and there's just a couple showmen that come to the top for me, but I could go a few deep here and talk to every single individual kid about things they're doing right and things they need to work on. And as we get to these younger ages, kids, when you go back to the barn, I want you to come back up and watch. Watch what's going to come out in our final drive, and just kind of sit there next to mom and dad. And I know no one likes listening to mom and dad when they're trying to tell you how to show kids. My own kids don't even want to listen to me. Let's be honest. I'm trying to explain to my 10-year-old and my 8-year-old at home, hey, let's work on this, and let's work on this, and they're like, Dad, I don't want to listen to you. So I don't really expect you to listen to your parents, but you come out here and learn from the kids by watching, and that's a big part of it. So I want all of you younger kids to come up and watch the final drive, and kind of pick apart the show and talk with mom and dad and grandma about some things each kid's doing right, some things they need to work on, and next summer go home and apply that to yourselves. You're out training your kids all summer long. You need to practice at home, do figure eights around trees in the yard, walk around the barn, get the pigs out and walk them over tarps to get them used to different surfaces. There's just so many things that can go into it. So all the young kids, just go home and work on some things, and I want you to learn something today. The kid that come to the top for me, the young man in the blue checkered shirt right here driving the blue belt, he's going to come back, and also the young lady on the far side over here with the rainbows on her shoulder. I like the way those two, I think they do the best in this division when they get out there and get a good drive, and I'm excited to see them out for our junior division final. So let's give them all a great big round of applause as they head back. They really deserve it.
Coming back will be Ayla Foslettos and Garen and coming in class of juniors. We need
I'm fairly certain that Grayson Barker doesn't have a hog. I don't think his hog made weight. And I think I forgot to scratch
Castile, Frosty, Jason Theory, Owen C, Carter Schaefer,